Hey guys, it's Carl Brown from GL365.com. Got a fun Christmas track from the Beach Boys today. We'll learn how to do Little Saint Nick. This one, now, I'm going to preface this by saying I'm not watching any videos of them playing this. If they have videos of them playing live, I don't even know. I'm not really trying to go for what is going on the guitar all the time. I'm really trying to get the overall harmony that's going on the music. So there's some really cool chord progressions in there. And I have my own kind of voicings that I prefer for some of that. I'm going to show you some kind of an easier version to do, like what I just did. But the version that I prefer might be a little bit harder to play, but I think it sounds closer to the overall instrumentation that you hear on the track. So that's what I'm going for here. Just kind of get closer to the harmony that's on the actual recording. Not really trying to just do the guitar part exactly like they're playing it on there. All right, now, before I get into it, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell. You can watch the videos. It really helps more than anything. And if you truly want to support what I do here on YouTube, do so by joining my Guitar Academy. You're going to see a link to that in the description. That'll give you full access to all my courses across all major app platforms, all with just one subscription. And I live stream every Saturday with me as well. So you get personal support from me beyond all that. So please come join the community. We had a great time over there, and I hope that you'll join us. All right, so let's jump into this. Now, to make this work, I'm in E-flat tuning. Every string's 2 down a half step. So down to E-flat, or most likely most tuners read the chromatic notes as sharps. So I'll call them out as sharps. If you don't have a tuner, Christmas is coming, I guess. But anyway, D sharp, G sharp, then the D string goes down to C sharp, G string down to F sharp, B string down to A sharp, E string down to D sharp. That's going to make everything much easier to play. We can use open strings and get some really cool chord voicings going. All right, so let's start with this intro. A little bit different than we're going to play things the rest of the song. So let's do this. All right, so that's where you got that kind of Christmas come this time. You just kind of, you got that little. You can hear that little line going in there, so I'm doing it with the chords as well, since it really kind of makes the overall harmony sound like that. So we're going to start here with just kind of this Chuck Berry thing. We'll do a lot in the chorus of the song. So we're going to start here with just this 3rd fret on the low E and the 5th fret there on the A. Make sure I'm calling the strings E and A, but obviously it's tuned down, but we're going to refer to them as if they're standard tune. All right, so we have that power chord there. Hit that a couple times, and then you're going to go up and grab the 7th fret on the A string while still holding the 3rd fret on the low E string. And then back. That kind of... So they kind of use that to start the song, and you'll hear at the beginning of the choruses as well. So we have that. And then we're going to go to an A minor chord, over to a D major. So, and then we have this little. Now this is kind of a popular kind of little move where we go from a major chord to a major 7th chord to a major 6, back down to the major. So kind of, it's all in G major. But, so you can simplify this like this. You can just strum a G, it's just gonna sound boring, but you can do that, or you can actually put that line in the chords, the harmony. So what's going on here? The easiest way to play this, I think you can play that. You can play it like that too. So I was doing it like this. You might not feel comfortable with that. So just do a standard G major. That's a bar at the 3rd fret there, full bar. 4th fret there on the G in front of the bar. 5th fret on the D, 5th fret on the A. we're gonna play that chord, hit that twice, and then we're gonna move it to a G major 7 chord. So that's still keeping the 3rd fret here on the low E string. You're gonna mute the A string with the bottom of that index finger. 4th fret on the D, 4th fret on the G, 3rd fret down on the B. I'm also muting the high E just in case you hit it. It's still with the index finger. So we have this. Then we're going to change this note on the D string down to the 2nd fret. So you have to kind of readjust your fingerings to do that. But that's really the only note that changed. But we have now the 3rd fret on the low E string held with your middle finger. The pinky's holding the 4th fret on the G, and the 3rd fret there on the B with the ring finger. And that allows your index finger to get the 2nd fret there on the D. So you get that. And then you lift that up to the open D, and it just becomes a G major again. Now, so the whole idea is to bring out that note there. So I like doing it like that. It really brought that note, that string out, because I'm not playing this under. See, that doesn't bring that top note out as much. So you can play it like I was doing, which is just no bar there. I'm muting that A string basically the whole time. And I just have the 5th fret here on the D, 4th on the G, 3rd on the B, and then reaching over and grabbing that with my index. Muting that A. Now there, go back to the A minor. All right, so that's the whole intro there. Then we get to the verse, and now the verse here is really, I'm kind of jazzing up these voicings a little bit for you. It sounds really nice. So it sounds like this. And that takes us to the chorus. So that verse moving around a bunch, but if we weren't in an open position, it'd be very difficult to play. I mean, not open position, what are we talking about? If we weren't in this E flat tuning, which allows us to use some open strings, we'd be screwed. But anyway, so let's start here. So this is an A minor 7 voicing, okay? So it's basically the open A string, 2nd fret on the D, open G, 1st fret on the B, 3rd fret on the high E string. So this next chord, I'm going to give you 2 different options. It's a D7 with A in the bass. But I don't like this voicing. It's easy to play. It doesn't sound that great. And it sounds better and more closely to the original recording. We have that F sharp there in the bass, So you can play it just like this. So the open A string still, open D. 2nd fret on the G, 1st fret on the B, 2nd fret on the high E string. That'll sound fun. But you hear this little in the actual recording, so I want to get that in there as well. So we're going to start with the same A minor 7, and we're going to move here, still the open A, but then the 4th fret there on the D. This is optional. This is the one I prefer. 5th fret on the, sorry. All right, so 4th fret on the D, 5th fret on the G, 3rd fret on the B, and 2nd fret on the high string. Or whatever you prefer. Then we go to that same figure we did in the intro. But we're going to stop here when we get to the major 6th one, the G6. So and right here, what we're going to do is we're going to jump over to a G sharp diminished chord. Now, you don't need to do the note on the low E string like I am. You can just play it like this, which is the 6th fret on the D. You're going to bar the 4th fret across the G to the high E, and you're gonna get the 6 right there on the B as well. So 4 on the high E, 6 on the B, 4 on the G, 6 on the D. If you want to thicken up the sound a little bit, you can add that octave, which is with your thumb there at the 4th fret on the low E string. But once again, that's more difficult to play. So. Really, really cool. And then it goes back to the same A minor to D7. And then that as well makes its way, that melody makes its way down to the G6. And then you're going to take it to a G dominant 7th chord. And I like this voicing because you hear this note, this higher voicing of the flat 7 up in the higher register. So this is the full bar at the 3rd fret. And then we're going to have the 5th fret there on the A in front of it, 4th fret on the G, and the 6th fret there on the B. It is an optional note. You can, it's kind of a stretch. You can just lift that off. And that's the G7 chord as well too. So it just doesn't have this cool little ring to it. So the whole verse. All right, from there it goes to the chorus, and so this. Pretty simple there. So we go back to that Chuck Berry thing, but it's off a C, not the G. So we're gonna do the chorus twice like this, and then a little variation at the end of the song. So we're gonna have the 3rd fret on the A string, 5th on the D. So hit that, and then once again you have to reach up down to the 7th fret on the D string while keeping that 3rd fret on the A, and then come back to the power chord. You can, the middle, you can use your middle finger for that. And then it just goes to an A minor to a D major. So it's kind of like in the intro. So that the chorus is basically all the chorus is. The main chorus is just that. All right, and then so after that chorus, it goes back to the verse again. Play the same way, or same harmony. And then back to the same chorus. All right, then at the 59-second mark, we have this little Run, Run, Reindeer part. So it sounds like the best way to do that, I think, and get that little moving voice in the chords is to kind of bump it up here and do some like kind of Hendrixy chord. The little thumb chords up here. It looks like this. All right, so it's pretty quick. Now, I'm adding that. You don't have to, but you want to come up here to this 10th fret here on the D, 9th on the G, and 8th on the B. You really just want to do that much. And it sounds kind of thin because we don't have really a low register bass note. That's why I'm adding that note with my thumb at the 8th fret. So if you can do that, do that. But we want to get that. So that's, if you can, 8 on the low E string, muting the A, then the 10th fret on the D, 9 on the G, 8 on the B. Use that index finger to mute the high E string. So you're just gonna hit that and then move to the 10th fret on the B, and then back to the C major. Then we're gonna do the F major right here. So we're gonna play the 8th fret there on the A string, and then you're gonna bar the 10th fret across the D, G, and the B. So you hit that a couple times, and then you're gonna change the note on the B string to the, make it a sus chord, sus4. So that's the 11th fret there on the B, and then back to the F major. And then we're going to go back to that C, same thing. And then it's going to take it to an A major, not an A minor. Just got to hit that a few times. And then kill it. So all together. All right, from there it goes to the same verse. Kind of fun. So the same verse ending with that G7 chord. And then we get to the chorus. This is like a little variation of the chorus. It starts the same way. And it veers off and it kind of goes to the outro section here. So that, all that together looks like this. So it starts like the chorus. Kind of fades out on that. So that's a little bit different than what we did before. So we have that same thing that starts the chorus, a little Chuck Berry thing, the third fret off the A string. But instead of going from the A minor to the D, which is what the other choruses were, it's going to do this, and then move down to doing the same thing, but off the third fret of the low E, so that G. And from there, we're going to move it up to that G sharp diminished. Optional low note there. So that is. And then it goes into this really outro section, which is very similar to the verse. It starts with that same two chords, A minor to the D7 with A in the bass, and that same. Now what's different here is before, when we went to this chord in the verse, we did it after we made it all the way down to the G6 and then we went up there. But in this outro, it just goes from the major to the major 7, and then right there you jump up and kind of hold out a little bit. So it looks like this. Christmas comes this time. Off that major 7, then move it up to the diminished chord. Just kind of fade out on that. Anyway, it's a fun track to play, and it got some challenging chords, but if you put it in, tune your guitar down a half step, it's really, really doable. And like I said, this is not something I'm trying to watch their old performances and try to see what chord voicings they're doing. I'm not doing that. I'm really trying to get the essence of everything that's going on the track in the guitar line. So that's going to include some of the vocal harmonies. So I'm trying to. That's a very important line, right? That happens throughout the song, and I don't want to leave it out. So that's how we're going to do it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you again soon for GuitarLessons365.com.